Yeah, guys. Welcome to BBC World. Welcome to Box and Blog Center. Like I always say, if you're new to the channel, please click the like and subscribe button right now. And if you already subscribed to my channel, please click the like and support the channel. I beg. I beg. So I'm right here with Raphael Dawkins, and we're about to discuss this very intellectual topic about the unified heavyweight king of the universe, the whole goddamn universe, Anthony Joshua, man. He had a very interesting conversation and interview with BBC. According to this article right here, you can see Joshua stated that he needs Deontay Wilder's WBC title. And it revealed that he will only feel he has made it in boxing if he captures Deontay Wilder's WBC belt. What do you think about that, bro?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. And yes, Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Right, so yeah, he wants to complete it. He needs that last belt to have all of them. Yeah.
So let me read some quotes of the unified heavyweight king. So I quote, "I have never been in a fight week where I have felt so energized," he said. So it's been down to calculated steps. It's been a good journey, a tough journey. On the sides of the journey there have billboards, then with time 2 billboards, but it's all about winning the sport. I haven't put a foot wrong yet, and I'm not looking to put a foot wrong on Saturday night. I've had 10 years of that feeling of being burnt out by the time I get to the ring. The 2012 Olympic champion told BBC, "Even in the Povetkin fight, I was so ill and tired. This camp, I knew I couldn't afford that again and again, as it shortens the career. So it's learning, but it's taking time. We are finally pulling it together. It's time to rebuild that name again. I feel like an underdog, and like I want to prove myself." I was bugging Eddie Hearn on Instagram saying, "Give me the chance, I can do better than the other guys lined up," said Ruiz, who has one loss in 3 fights. He messaged me back and I was telling my partner, "Hey babe," he messaged back, "And what do you know? We got the fight on." I mean, let's just read it. Let's just analyze the Joshua's comment first before we go to Ruiz one, man. So Joshua is saying, "I've had 10 years of that feeling of being burnt out by the time I get to the ring." He's saying that in the Povetkin fight, okay, he was ill and tired, but he knew he couldn't afford that again and again as it shortens the career. So he's learning, but it's taking time. He said, "We are finally pulling it together. It's time to rebuild that name again. I feel like an underdog." What does he mean by that? To rebuild what name?
That's interesting.
It's time to rebuild that name again. I feel like an underdog, and like I want to prove myself. Is this because of the Wilder Brazil bout outcome, or what do you think about it, man?
Well, as far as the training aspect goes, a lot of people think of training as building yourself up while you're training, but actually the recovery process is as equally important as the training aspect. Because if you're training 2 times a week for 12 weeks, a 12-week camp, without getting the proper recovery, then you head into the fight overtrained. So I think what he's referring to with the training is that now he's getting to the stage where he's recovering. They're focusing not just on the training, but the recovery. And we've seen him in some videos where he's doing the the ice treatment, where
Yeah.
you go in the ice bucket, and that speeds up recovery. You go in the ice bucket for a while, then get out, and that speeds up the recovery of the muscles from the training. So I think that they've got to a stage now where they know his body, his trainers know his body, and they know the amount of training he can do before he gets into an overtrained state. Because once you're in an overtrained state, then that's just as bad as undertraining. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting that. So it's getting the balance between training and not overtraining. And then so you're looking at the recovery periods, and there's different methods of recovery: ice bucket, cryogenics, that's some cold treatment, sauna, hot and cold sauna. Go in the sauna, it's immediately into a cold ice bucket, and then of course sleep. Sleep is essential, the proper amount of sleep. So I think what he's saying there is that he and his team have got to a stage now where they know exactly how to train and how much recovery time is needed for optimal performance. The second part of the question, what does he mean by he feels he needs to rebuild his name again? I think that refers to the fact that now he's come out of the UK, and he's facing a new challenge, and that challenge is America. Now he wants to crack America. You remember the Beatles?
Yeah.
The Beatles, they were worldwide already, yeah, but still they wanted to crack America. So when you go over to crack America, that's a new challenge.
Why is it important for an athlete or an entertainer to crack America?
Well, in all forms of entertainment. I mean, sports is entertainment as well.
Yeah.
Sports, yeah. So in all forms of entertainment, whether it be sport, whether it be music, whether it be film, you want to crack America, and the reason is because
why?
It's a big market. It's a big market over
What
there.
what about the Chinese market?
The Chinese market, well, they've already, Eddie Hearn is already working on the Chinese market.
Zhang Jilei wants to fight Joshua. I mean, he's been Eddie Hearn has signed on right now. I think Eddie Hearn has a co-promotional deal with Zhang Jilei, Rock Nation. Rock Nation is the manager or the promotional company of Zhang Jilei.
That's right.
You know, and Zhang Jilei is a huge name in China. Get him there and there already. And he also said in the past that he would like to fight Joshua, man, and in China. Imagine Joshua going to China. I mean, it's time to I like America, but it's time for the world to actually get to look at somewhere, because China is a huge market, man.
Oh, it's massive. It's a massive market. So, you know, they're looking at cracking America now, and we know it's already been stated by Eddie Hearn, I think, that they're looking at China as well. And they're talking about Africa. So I think that in Joshua, you have a world champion for the first time in a long time that actually wants to fight all over the world. First place obviously was England, UK. Second stop, America. Third stop, China. Maybe fourth stop, somewhere in Africa.
Interesting. Well, I think about the Africa market. I mean, I'm an African. I'm Nigerian. From Nigeria precisely. You know what I mean? I feel like Joshua has to fight Nigeria anyway. Yeah. He has to. He's a must. Yeah. You know, we have now Efia Jagba, you understand, coming up right now. A Jagba is gonna be a problem in the future, and imagine a fight between Joshua and a Jagba in Nigeria. Okay. That will fill up the whole 200,000 capacity stadium. In fact, even more than that. The government can kind of respond anyway, respond to states. But I think he has to fight in Nigeria. I think he has to. He's a must.
Yes.
You know, his families are from Ogun State. Yeah, Ogun State is not really huge enough to have that bout. I think Lagos would be the best place to have it. Do I really feel that this is a new challenge for him? Yeah, but do I feel he needs to prove himself? No. Because why I say that is because when he start having that hunger in him to prove himself, he might just go in there and try to take out Andy Ruiz Jr. in the first round, and you know what might happen. So I just feel like he should take his time. Don't feel like the underdog. Take his time, go in there, do his job, and get out, man. I mean, you don't need to impress anyone, but yeah, we know the American fans are. Listen, Joshua is in a no-win-win situation right now, man. You know why I say that? Because if he goes in there and knock Andy Ruiz Jr. out in the first round, or dismantle him in the second or third round, the Wilder fanboys are still gonna come out here and start blabbing rubbish, you know?
Yes.
Who's Andy Ruiz Jr.? Yeah, he lost to Joseph Park anyway. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what I would say. But it depends. I think he depends on the fashion Joshua takes him out. Because if you look at a best of him fight of Wilder and Brazil fight, nobody really liked that bout when he got announced. But the fashion Deontay Wilder took them out was intriguing, was exciting, was elastic. And that's why people wanted to really watch that bout. Like after the bout happened, people wanted to go watch it again, rewatch it, you know, because of the knockout. I knocked them out. So hopefully Joshua can put in a good performance, but I think that he should take his time and not try to stress himself up, man. Wilder is not a guy he needs to use all his might to impress. Wilder don't want the bout now, and we know that, man. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
So that's it for now, guys. We'll be right back very soon again with Rafael Dawkins. You know, I hope you guys are enjoying it right now. Feeling it, right?
Yes.
I love it in Japanese, man. I love it Japanese, man. Okay, click that like and subscribe button right now. As well, go subscribe to Rafael Dawkins. You know, he's a guy who's unbiased, keeps things real. You might not like some of the things he say, but who cares? Everybody has haters, right?
That's
you know,
right.
Everybody has haters. No, listen, if nobody talks about you, like Two-Face Adibia said, Two-Face Adibia, a popular Nigerian musician, he said, if nobody talks about you, then you're nobody.
100%.
So when people talk about you, that means you're somebody. And I know people talk about me because they know I'm somebody. My voice can be heard from afar. That is how it is, man. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back. Subscribe to Rafael Dawkins Combat Radio Sport, and subscribe to Bossy Blizzard as well. Go subscribe to my new YouTube channel. You know, I'll be launching a new one, you know, very soon, but this one will be about some other stuff as well, all together, you know. So go subscribe right now, man. Let's get this likes up. Cheers, guys. Stay blessed, stay hungry, stay humble, man.
100%.